I had artificial intelligence create me some grayscale Christmas colouring pages, and they look pretty amazing. Now, quick side note before we get into the video, and that is our huge 2-week long Black Friday sale will end on Monday. So you still have a few more days left to get the Vault, the LCB Vault, at this ridiculously low price. Now, this is our course on low content book publishing where I share my knowledge. If this is something that you're interested in, then there will be a link down in the description below. So, over the last few days, I have been playing a lot with creating grayscale colouring pages, and in this video I'm going to share with you all of the Christmas grayscale colouring pages that I have been creating. Then, nearer the end of the video, I'm going to give you some tips for creating your own grayscale colouring pages. Now, I have lots of different collections here on Midjourney. This is the easiest way to organise your collections. Now, I've got this one open in a new tab, the stuff that I show on YouTube, and I'm going to go through some of these colouring pages, these grayscale colouring pages, or should I say Christmas grayscale colouring pages that I have been creating. Now, one thing I do want to note really quick, and that is it's probably too late now to create Christmas themed colouring pages because we are in the 1st of December, but I just wanted to share with you what's possible by using Midjourney to create grayscale colouring pages, because the software has come so far just over the last few months. Now, everything that you create, not everything that you create is going to look good. You still need to refine your prompts and just make variations until you've got something that looks good. Now, these first few I was playing around with Christmas themed and ugly sweaters, and as we can see, these actually look pretty good. I was playing around with different hairstyles as well. Then we've got some here, some winter stuff with a woman just wearing a coat out in winter. Then we have some log cabin stuff. So this stuff looks pretty good, but as a colouring page, it's not going to be that great because there's snow everywhere, and what colour is snow? Well, it's white. So with these log cabin colouring pages, there's not really a lot to colour in. Now, if we take a look here, I was playing around with some gifts, some presents, a whole pile of them, and some of these don't look that great. So, if we come to here, this first one over here, we can see the ribbons on the top of the gifts don't look that great, but this first one nailed it. So if we take a look just here, we can see what that looks like, and I reckon this looks really good. Now, I would have to carry on doing variations of these because that ribbon doesn't look that great, and that box as well. But we can see just how far Midjourney has come. Now, I've been playing around a lot with portraits, headshots, because Midjourney seems to do these extremely well. And as we can see, these ones look pretty good as well. Then I was playing around with some Christmas hats on some women, some Christmas hats on some teddy bears. I actually quite like these, but with some refining of the prompt, these could look a lot better. Then I have a little girl holding a teddy bear, holding presents. I tried doing some Santa Claus as well, and this one just here, this one turned out the best. So if we take a look at this, we can see that it actually looks really good. It is now getting to the point where you won't be able to distinguish the difference between AI art and something that someone created, but nonetheless we can see this looks pretty good as well. Now, I have some snowman stuff here with a little girl. That's the one that should be on the thumbnail just here, because that's one of my favourites that I created. Now, I've actually been creating a lot more than just Christmas colouring pages, and I am going to share a few of them nearer the end of the video. Now, if we take a look here, I was playing around with some dogs, some Labradors, some golden Labradors, and I think these look really good. Now, it's very important to refine your prompts and make your image look good, because sometimes, still with feet, paws, things like that, hands as well, don't always come out as good. So with this one just here, we can see that the back paws don't look quite right. There's something off. But if we take a look at this one just here, this one came out a lot better. Now, it's kind of ridiculous the amount of things that you can do with AI, specifically Midjourney, and there's lots of different drawing styles that you can use in combination in your prompts to make some really nice designs. Now, if we take a look here, I have some more women wearing Christmas hats. I reckon these ones just here turned out really well as well. Then we have some Santa, and then these ones I believe I actually shared in a previous video. So if we come over to this tab just here, I was playing around with simple colouring pages, and I created these in a previous video. Now, if you want to go ahead and check out that video, I'll link it right there, right now, in a card in the corner of the screen. Now, go through and watch that video because I share a lot of different drawing styles that you can use in your creations. Now, let's go over to another tab which I have open just because I want to share with you some other grayscale colouring pages that I have been creating. Now, over the next couple of weeks inside the LCB Vault, that's our main low content book publishing course, but over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be diving a lot deeper into creating grayscale colouring pages, and I'm going to be sharing all of my creations and everything that I now know within the LCB Vault. So if this is something that you're interested in, then come and grab the LCB Vault while we still have our Black Friday sale, and lock in at this ridiculously low price. Because again, I'm going to be sharing everything that I now know about creating grayscale colouring pages using Midjourney, because it's absolutely insane, as you can see, what you can now do if you know what to use in your prompts. Now, these ones are a little bit of a weird one. I was just playing around with some hearts, some mountains, some eyes and things like that. But the other grayscale images, as we can see, look pretty good. Now, I've got a few different ones open in a new tab, which I'm just going to share with you really quick. And then I'm going to share some tips for creating your own grayscale images. Now, this one just here, I was playing around with classic manga. Then it was a grayscale drawing colouring page of a young, happy fairy with long hair and big wings in the middle of a forest. Grayscale portrait, grayscale illustration, adult colouring page. Now we can see that this looks pretty good as well. Again, I'm just blown away with what you can now do with AI art, specifically Midjourney, because Midjourney seems to be above all of the rest. But as we can see, this looks pretty good. There are some close minor details that are a little bit wrong, so we can see with these wings just here, they just don't look quite right, but nonetheless the faces now look amazing. Now that's the first one which I just wanted to share really quick. I have another one just here. This was another classic manga. I've also been playing around with black backgrounds, but as we can see, this background isn't quite black, but nonetheless looks good as well. Then I have this one where I was playing around with realistic cartoon styles, and then this is 90s themed, so 90s black culture, things like that, and I thought this looks pretty good. Then this one, this was also classic manga. This looks really good. Apart from the eye just here, so we can see that little mistake, but apart from that, this looks really good. Now that's what I mean when you have to keep refining your prompts and you have to make variations until you have something that looks good, because not everything that you create is going to look good. It takes time and practice refining your prompts and just making variations of your good images. But nonetheless, I thought this looks really good as well. And then this one, this is another realistic cartoon style, but this is a 1940s housewife, and again looks really good. Now if we scroll down just a little bit, we can see what I use. So this is a realistic cartoon style grayscale colouring page of a young, beautiful, happy 40s style white housewife 40s fashion, Grayscale portrait, Grayscale illustration, adult colouring page. So that's the prompt which I used here. Now let me go ahead and give you some tips. Now in the beginning of the video I recommended going through and watching a video. It's where I shared how I created these images just here. Now that's this video. Now within that video I give you a bunch of different cartoon styles. So there's modern cartoon style, realistic, modern anime, classic manga, kawaii style, chibi drawing style, and old cartoon drawing style as well. Now if you use these in combination with Grayscale drawing colouring page, Grayscale illustration, Grayscale portrait, and adult colouring page, you can then create some really nice colouring pages. What you want to do is have your drawing style just here. Then you want to say what your image is. So for this instance, it's a young, beautiful, happy 40s style, white housewife, and 40s fashion. And then I have the Grayscale keywords as well. So doing it like this, you can actually come up with some really nice images. Remember, you want your drawing style, then you want the description of what the image is going to be, along with some Grayscale keywords. So if you do pay for Midjourney, give this a go. Try and create some Grayscale images because some of them are going to come out really good. And if you want a more in-depth tutorial, training videos on how I'm creating all of my Grayscale colouring pages, along with lots of tips and things that you can do, then don't forget to come and join the LCB Vault at this ridiculously low price before it ends on Monday. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been Stacking Profit, and I'll see you again soon.